From my perspective, the reason I'm doing the interview is because people who watch Truth Seekers is usually people who are interested in UFOs and the paranormal and stuff like that. To have a normal conversation with someone in that community may have people be interested and maybe come check out some gameplay or a podcast or something of mine, right? It's new exposure, which is a good thing. I owed the state over $5,000. I owed my tax attorney over $5,000. All of that money that was phantom money that I didn't have got charged to my credit cards and completely and utterly maxed out. Any remaining credit that I had was maxed. Why would I drop from your show?
Well, now, because now things are going to get kind of spicy. So I have one Post-it note here. Can anybody read what that says? It says polygraph test. It says polygraph test. I don't know if you know this. Ashton from Kino knows it, and Andy Worski know it, but I have a polygraph machine, and I'm basically certified polygrapher. So for the rest of tonight's broadcast, I'm going to ask you to answer all the questions truthfully. And then after the show, I'd be willing to come to you and administer a polygraph to make sure you're answering the following questions from here on in truthfully. And failing that, I happen to find a retired FBI polygrapher. So that you could clear your name. Like everybody keeps listen, Phil, everybody keeps saying you're lying about a lot of stuff that we're going to get into next. So here's what I'm here for Ashton from Kino and Andy Worski, who want you to have the redemption arc. I thought, what better way of redemption than passing a lie detector test? What better way to prove all these evil detractors wrong? I've got a polygraph set up and a chair, right? It goes in a briefcase. I could take it on a plane. I could be at your house in a couple of days. I need a little bit of time to, get the plane ticket and figure it out. But like, Phil, what better way to shut up all your detractors forever? You say those bank leaks aren't yours, right? We'll put you on a polygraph and ask you that question again and verify that you've been telling the truth this entire time and you haven't lied about that.
Okay. So can I respond?
Yeah.
Okay. So first off, what you have to understand is very simple. All right. What you're proposing to me is an opportunity to prove my detractors wrong. Okay.
Absolutely.
That's exactly what this is. All right.
Yeah. It's a great opportunity. I'm giving it to you. And by the way, by my own expense, I'm going to pay for the other polygrapher. I'm going to pay for the flight, the hotel. I'll pay for my meals. You don't have to pay for anything. I'm going to pay for it all.
Allow me to respond because you're not letting me respond.
Oh,
allow me
to
respond properly to it. And I answered every one, and you said, "Oh my God, you said the truth on every single answer."
Yeah, but
they wouldn't care.
Let me be very honest with you, Phil. I don't think that you'll pass either polygraph. And that's why you won't take it. I don't think you can pass a polygraph.
Hold on.
Based on the evidence that I found, and we're gonna show it to the audience tonight.
Did I say no yet?
You can't. Well, let's go.
Did I say no yet?
Make the decision.
I'm explaining to you.
Shit or get off the pot. There's a road to redemption right here. Right here, I'm giving you the road to redemption.
If
you can piss it away. And people are going to shit on you forever for passing up this road to redemption, or you could take the high road here. But so here's the definitive answer. Okay. The only way I will do it is if it actually benefits me, and it disproving my detractors does not benefit me in any way. So, assuring your supporters that you didn't rip everybody off while you were spending tens of thousands of dollars on a mobile game would go a long way towards healing maybe some of your old supporters. Nope. Didn't you lose supporters over the bank leaks? Didn't people walk away from your show and never give you money again? Wouldn't they come back and say, I was wrong about DSP?
They would not come back. That's ludicrous. They would never come back. Those kind of people, if you're already going down this crazy cult-like hate-filled rabbit hole about someone, it doesn't matter anymore. You're already got your mind made up and nothing's ever good enough. I know because I've gone through this over a decade now. Contacting my attorney.
I just want to show you this because I have a lawyer. I have a lawyer in my family. So he's written a non-disclosure agreement between you and I, which basically stipulates that if whatever records you show with me, I'm only going to use to confirm or deny if you're telling the truth about all of this. I'm not going to share any personal information, account information, any identifying thing that could, because your argument is always, oh, this would put me in more danger. I'm going to look at the invoice and verify that you spent $1,500 over these bank leaks to clean it up. Whether you paid a tax attorney, a tax accountant, a lawyer, whatever.
That's what it is. It's all the tax attorney / accountant.
All right. Well, I'll give you this non-disclosure agreement, and then you don't have to worry about me disclosing anything other than, yes, he paid a tax attorney $1,500 to clean up this bank leaks mess.
Okay, but what's the point?
The point is to prove that you've been telling the truth, because I don't think you have been about the bank leaks specifically.
And I don't care if you believe me or not. It doesn't affect me in any way, shape, or form.
All right.
Does it?
So you don't care?
No, I don't. I don't care.
Here's the problem, Phil. You talk a lot of shit about your detractors, but they have receipts, and you never showed receipts.
What receipts do they have exactly?
Well, I'll show you, but first let's do this here.
What receipts besides circumstantial stuff or stuff that they claim is real, but it's never been proven?
It's circumstantial. We're going to get into it then. Do you understand that, like, people can track things down? So
sure.
you know where those leaks came from, right? They came from an audio recording of somebody who socially engineered on their telephone basically calling an online teller at your bank and listing off all of the charges for that whole 18-month period. And here's what I found out in the course of my investigation. Let's just take a listen.
On September 13th, a pre-authorized payment of $120.27 from Comcast. On September 13th, a pre-authorized payment of $112.28 from Apple iTunes. On September 3rd.
All right, so it's enough to say that somebody sat on a telephone for 5 hours. Now, I went through the first 5 hours of it. It matches the bank leaks 100%. And I also contacted the bank. This is the online teller at the time. That's the voice they use. So for somebody to fake this, they would have to have the software development kit for the telephony for this bank software and the text-to-speech that's used in this. They'd need the software development kit. Do you know what that costs?
No, I don't know what that costs.
It costs tens of thousands of dollars. Somebody would have had to spend tens of thousands of dollars to fake this 5-hour phone call with your online bank teller, Phil. You mean to tell me that some crazy, evil genius figured out how to fake a 5-hour teller call and then put it all on spreadsheets as well? It's all fake. Look at the spreadsheet. Okay. It correlates to the audio recordings. 100%. So and look at this. You're telling me somebody faked all this? This isn't you?
I'm still waiting for you to finish so I could respond.
I'm not finished, so respond so far, and I got more for you. I got a lot more for you, Phil. You can either admit that the bank leaks are real and those are your charges, or you can continue to lie to your viewers and everybody else. It's up to you. I told you about that road to redemption. So come on. What are we going to do here?
So are you done now, or do you have more to say about the bank leaks? I'll respond to all of it when you're done.
Well, the reason that people are so upset, you could see in these charts, it shows that you spent more on transactions most month than your mortgage payment while you're begging your audience for money for your bills.
That wasn't my question. My question is, are you done talking about the bank leaks so that I can respond and we can move on?
No, yeah, I could show you more evidence. I could show you more evidence.
All right. I'm just waiting for you to be done, and then I'll respond. Because there's no point in responding.
All right, then fine. I'll show you some more evidence, and you can try to explain all of this away. The haircuts, Phil. The haircuts ruin your grift. The haircuts ruin your grift, and here's why. Curls and twirls. Is that your wife, Phil?
Oh my God! No.
On the website, you're going to say that's not her?
Do
I got to get a facial recognition expert to show that's her?
I don't think that's her.
Where to get your haircut, Phil? Where to get your haircut?
I'm not going to tell you because then people are going to harass
where I go. You can't tell me because you get your haircut at Curls and Twirls.
Did you hear what I just said?
Your wife's on the website, Phil.
Steve, are you listening to what I'm saying? Did you hear
I'm
what I just said?
trying. You said you can't tell me because your detractors will use it against you.
That's not what I said at all.
Well, what
I
did
said,
you? Tell me again. I'm
you got to
sorry.
calm down. Listen. I get it. I do. You're excited. You think you got me on something. It's all good. And I'm
Oh,
actually
I got you, Phil. I
and
got
I'm
you.
actually-
I
I'm
haven't even
actually-
started on these bank leaks.
I want
There's
you
a
to-
mountain of evidence that
never
it's
let me
you.
talk. Steve, I want you to understand something. All right. At the end of the day, when we're done here, I'm not going to be upset with you at all. I want you to understand that. Okay. All right. Because
All right.
you're getting very agitated. You're talking over me. You still haven't even let me respond yet to what you're saying. I've been asking and you keep going. All right. I can't say where I get my hair cut because if I tell you, they will harass the person who cuts my hair. Do you understand that? They'll find them. They'll still fuck with their public
All right.
information.
So can you show me the
They'll harass
receipts to where you get your hair cut during the bank leaks period that wasn't curls and twirls then privately?
Steve. Okay.
That's the problem.
Number
Your
one.
detractors have receipts. You don't have any receipts, Phil. You have excuses and lies
there's
and
no
obfuscation. You're trying to
Okay.
keep the grift going. I get it. Because if
Listen
people
to me.
know for sure those bank leaks
They're
are
not
yours,
talking.
nobody will give you money ever again. Because
Can I ask-
you begged for money to pay your bills and you spent it on stupid shit.
Can I ask you a question quickly?
Yeah.
How do you expect to get anything out of the show if you won't let me talk? Like I'm trying to talk to you and you keep yelling over me.
Well, you keep telling me that I got to show you more evidence. I've already showed you a
Oh,
mountain of
I didn't
evidence.
say
you can't
that.
explain.
I
you
didn't
can't
say-
explain this.
I didn't say you have to show me any more evidence. I said, can I respond now or are you going to keep going? Because obviously I'm going to give my answer and then we can move on to something else. Or, unless this is all you had was the bank leaks. I don't know. I don't know what's
No,
going on.
I've got an awful lot more, but so
So can you, within a shadow of a doubt, confirm that that information is actually real?
I believe so. Yes.
So you're saying you can confirm it?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
How?
Because
You
of the correlations between things you mentioned on your show.
No.
And
That's
the
not what I'm asking.
charges.
That's
and
not
the
what I'm
charges.
asking. That's not what I've asked at all. I'm not
Phil,
asking you if you think that could be my information. I'm saying, can you confirm that call?
Well, not 100%, but the preponderance of the evidence can confirm.
There you go. You can't confirm it's real, right? Why
All right,
can't you
so-
confirm it? Because it was obtained through a federal crime. Do you understand that? So you don't know if it's real or not. So why do you think?
No,
you're doing that?
I have a reasonable suspicion based on available evidence that it's real.
That's fair enough.
Here you are crying about Burger King.
No, we're not done yet.
Here you are crying about Burger King,
Steve,
and there's a Burger King charge at the same time on the bank leaks. Is that
Steve,
a coincidence? You
I'm
tell me.
trying to answer you, and you're already moving on and talking over me. Do you understand why you're going to have a hard time getting guests moving forward if you act like
I don't
this?
have a hard time getting guests because I don't really. I don't. I
I'm
do
trying
most
to-
of my shows solo. I don't care if I have a hard time getting guests.
I'm trying to be reasonable with you.
You came
I'm trying
here.
to work
You
with
came here tonight to clear some things up. I thought I'm trying to help you
No,
find that
actually-
road to redemption, and
actually,
you're just
no, that's-
obfuscating, and you're.
That's not what I'm here for at all. I'm here because you asked me to come on the show, and you said that you wanted to talk about my past as a creator. You
We
wanted
did.
to bring up some of the things that my detractors have said, and
We
you said
did.
it would be about 90 minutes to about 2 hours, and I agreed, and that was it.
Are
Right?
you going to run already? Come on.
I'm not. What are you talking about? Who's running? I'm not going anywhere.
Oh, come on. Well, you say you want to
Okay.
address it, so let's go through this video,
No.
and you tell me where it's wrong.
Okay, hold
There
on.
are entries in the bank
Why
leaks
do we have
for
to?
beauty
Can you please
/
pause the
personal
video
hygiene.
so I can respond?
Yeah.
I want to talk, but you still haven't let me even finish a single answer yet. You have great reason and suspicion to accept it or think that it's real, but you can't 100% prove it.
I
That's
believe
a-
a judge and jury would agree with me
That's
in a
fine,
court of law.
but you can't prove it, correct?
Nothing can be proved 100%. You're right, but the
Okay.
correlations,
Now,
Phil. Eight
No.
times on your show, you talked about getting a haircut, and the charges are there at the appropriate dates. That's a coincidence. That's all a coincidence.
dude, you're doing it again. You're talking and screaming over the guest instead of having a conversation.
You're not
All-
answering the questions. You're talking in circles and making excuses.
I'm giving my answer. You still haven't let me finish. Okay? It
So
is.
you don't want to address the correlation. There's 20, 30 of them
Steve,
where you talked about something and it's on the bank leaks. It's on the bank leaks.
which we
you
can't
talked about-
verify are real.
You talked about 8 haircuts and 8 times it's on the bank leaks. Let's get into this.
Which we
Since we
can't
have a
verify
control,
are real.
that being Phil's hair, we can see if Phil got a trim around the times in which beauty and personal hygiene were logged.
Steve,
The oldest entry is October 14th, 2020.
You're wasting your time.
If you're unfamiliar with the banking industry,
I guess I am,
sometimes
because
a
you
charge
want
will
to tell the
post and
truth.
clear the same day.
Did you also know that? Did you also know that you were caught lying a great deal about the police investigation and all of that stuff? You've been caught lying.
The police investigation of what?
You lied about when you talked to the police, because people did the same. Retired law enforcement officer did FOIA requests, which prove you lied in that side scrollers interview. 100% proves you lied about all of this bank
I have
leak
no
stuff.
idea what you're talking about.
You 100%. Well, I got a
police
video, but
investigation?
joining us to talk about this is
investigation.
our retired law enforcement officer friend whose work I checked, and I also verified his FOIA request and spoke to the local police to verify what he did was accurate.
I love it. I love it.
So if you talk to the bank, if you talk to the bank and said somebody got access to my account illegally, they would have filed the appropriate police reports, talked to the detectives, and followed up on that. They didn't. And you lied. You lied about when you said the police only investigate human trafficking or something.
No, hold on.
We've got another video for that. We've got another video for the FOIAs proving you lied.
Wait. So hold on a second. So you're saying that I'm lying completely about the bank account? Like I still have this bank account, it's real, and it's still open. And
honestly, Phil, I'm losing track of your lies. I don't know what you've lied about, because you lie about a lot of stuff.
You're bringing up 10 points, and every time I try to address one, you move on to another. So I can't address any of your points.
Well, a lot
I can clarify. I can clarify.
Yeah, go ahead. And by the way, I've checked this person's credentials. They really are a retired law enforcement officer.
Steve. I'm asking you. You were just mentioning. You said if there's fraud involved with the bank account, the company is required to file a police report about the fraud with the bank account, correct?
Yeah. So I think you never reported any of this to your bank. You just got a new bank account and moved on. That's what I believe.
So you're saying I manually closed the bank account.
I don't know what happened. I know that if you would have reported fraud to your bank, they were required by federal banking regulations and federal law to fill out police reports and open a fraud investigation. They didn't do that.
100% correct. 100% correct.
And by the way, I'm just saying that as the husband of somebody whose wife worked in the fraud department at a major Fortune 500 bank for 20 years. She did this every day. And I think that's because the bank leaks are real. And that's your banking information, and you just wanted to glaze over this so that you could keep going with the e-begging grift. That's
Stephen,
what I think.
The more damning thing about this, however, is the fact that during the Side Scrollers interview, he stated that he didn't file a police report because during a threat case, which was done via email, it was a Swedish email company, I think it's protonmail.com, which very truly did threaten Phil Burnell, saying that they wanted to kill him and do terrible stuff.
We got that.
Totally got that. I've got that. I actually, I have every police report from the time that Phil Burnell lived in Washington until present day, as of about 2 months ago. However, he said that during that time he spoke with a detective, and the detective said that, we don't really do cybercrime. Now, he lives in Renton. I live in a small town in the Midwest. Now, my jurisdiction, my unit size, my entire police department was 50 men. I personally did crimes like Philip Burnell is talking about here. I worked them personally. I was quite good at them, to be quite honest. So it didn't make sense to me. So I called the detective because the detective's name was in the police report. And when I spoke to the detective,
by the way, that call's recorded, Phil. We have the receipt.
And I have the recording. When I spoke to the detective remembered Phil. Lickety split. He goes, no, I remember him. Yeah, for sure. I said, great. Here's what I have.
Wait. The detective I talked to was a woman. What the fuck is going on? What the fuck is going on?
Okay, well, the detective, according to, and I have the narrative affidavits, was a detective, Steve. I have the narrative affidavits. I spoke to a detective.
Woman.
The narrative affidavits.
I don't care about your narrative.
The
affidavits.
narrative affidavits, which is recorded by law. He remembered you when he spoke with you. When he spoke with you. When he spoke with you. He asked you He went through everything. I said, "Can you?"
Okay.
We've got the receipts here, Phil, of you
Okay.
lying to the side scroller
Okay.
guys.
Now
It's about
stop.
the
Nope.
harassment. No,
Stop
listen, I
playing the
have
video
contacted
because
the
I
police.
have something to say.
All
What's the
right.
case? What's the case number?
Stand by, please. I have that up. Stand by.
He'll get it. He'll get it.
Hold on. Stand
We've
by.
got all the receipts. We've got all the paperwork. And for those,
That's written. Hold on. This is the case number for this is the email, right? Stand by. Hold please. 21-532.
That's correct. That is the case number.
I know it is.
And what is the name of the person who you think was responsible for this case?
The investigator that I spoke with was Detective. Stand by, please. Christopher Edwards.
That is not the person who I spoke with. I have completely different information here, and it was a woman.
Great. Who's that
All right.
person? I'll happily call them.
What's her name? We'll call them and verify.
I'm not going to say it publicly. I can give it to you.
Oh, come on, Phil, with the obfuscation again.
I'm gonna
Isn't
give
it
it to you,
convenient? Every time pressed for
Guys.
receipts, you don't have one.
I have.
We've got a mountain of receipts here, Phil.
Guys,
You don't have
really-
any receipts. You have excuses.
Do you really want this person to be publicly harassed? That's why I'm going to give it to you.
She's a police officer. I think she could take it. I think.
No.
she
Hold
can
on.
deal with that.
Phil,
Email it
I'm
to
gonna go on your side, Phil. Trust me. You know I'm a detractor channel. I don't want to go on your side, but I'm gonna go on your side. Phil, you give that name to Steven. Completely unbiased.
We'll privately check into it. We won't.
We'll
say it
check
publicly.
into that. I
Will you
won't.
do that,
I won't
Phil?
publicly name that person. I will not. I will not ostracize you for it. I will talk with her. If you are correct, and she tells me, "Yep, I told Phil Burnell, or I told anybody we only work human trafficking," I will publicly apologize.
Now, hold on a second. Why on earth do you think that she would admit that?
Do you have any idea how much honor, integrity, and honesty is bound to law enforcement? It is their career.
The conversation that I had with this woman, okay, was in regards to that email, okay, but also while I was having that same conversation with her, I said, hey, I'm curious. Since you're here with me talking about this online harassment, I get all kinds of fraudulent chargebacks against my PayPal account all the time. And I've got these people's email addresses. PayPal could probably get all this information about who they are or whatever.
For sure.
Would the police investigate anything like that whatsoever? And her response to me, I'm paraphrasing because obviously I didn't record the conversation, was,
I understand.
No, we would not look into anything like that whatsoever. We don't have the capacity. Basically, anything that we have to do with kind of online stuff is essentially child and human trafficking because that's all we can really handle. However, if you want, you can contact the FBI in Seattle.
Just to lighten the mood a little bit, I just want to thank everybody. We hit our goal tonight, Phil. So I'm going to have some Arby's burgers, and I made a stretch goal for overtime because I learned it by watching you, Phil. I learned it by if you hit one goal, set another one, right?
Well, yes.
Hey, that makes it all the better for me. No lie. The fact you don't know me, cool. I'm not. Whatever. My point is this. I take my honor, my integrity, and my honesty very, very seriously. I am not outside the scope of law enforcement. I work for a private company now, but my honor, my integrity is everything. To that end, I hereby decree and state, it'll be on the recording when I contact whoever the fuck it is. I don't know this person's name. Okay. If you say it is investigator, we'll just call her Miss Smith, and I get to talk with Miss Smith. I hereby promise and swear I will not pre-sell you. I will not say Phil Burnell is just this giant piece of shit and he's this and he's that. But Phil, I'm not going to cut any corners. And if she just says, oh, I don't remember, or she says, oh, I don't have this or I don't have that, I'm not going to preconceive a judgment. But at the same time, I'm not going to say, oh, yeah, Phil was completely right in that she didn't. That she lied to me and said, I never said that or anything like that. I'm not going to do you dirty, but my ask is this. If I come back to you with results, do not attack my character and do not attack my integrity. That is my only ask.
I don't even know who you are, and I won't care. I probably will never even hear the response to what you're doing because it doesn't affect me. I don't give a shit.
Okay, so we get her name and let's verify that.
That's what he's apparently going to send you.
I await
Steve, I await your communication
You
that
can
says
DM me her name right now, Phil.
that
You can DM me her
he
name.
sent you this name, and when I have time, I hereby promise I will look into that.
Good.
Now before you go, because it sounds like you're taking off.
No, I'm not taking off. I'm right here. Until
Okay.
you need me to go, I'll be here.
What incentive would this woman have at all to say, "Oh yeah, I remember that I had that conversation with him, and I totally said that"? Like, what incentive would she have to actually say that? Especially because if what I'm understanding is true, now I'm trying to understand from everything you've said. I'm trying to give you a fair shake here, and I'm believing you that everything you're saying is true. Understand? I don't even know who you are. I'm trying to give you the benefit of the doubt here. What you're basically saying is that she lied to me. Is that what you're saying? Like they should have a cyber crimes unit that would look into PayPal chargebacks and stuff like that?
Well, so not only it depends on how it was presented to her, right? I'm not going to go into the conversation with ha ha ha, you lied to Phil. What I'm looking for is, look, did you ever talk with a guy that brought up something about PayPal, right? And I'll give her the time and date range. Look, this would have been about this date to this date, and this guy would have been involved with I think it was Chris. I can't remember the last name. I don't have the paperwork in front of me. And and maybe he mentioned something about, hey, this guy was looking to charge me back $20, right? Did you by any chance say something to the effect of, Jesus Christ, $20? No, we're not looking into that. We're looking at stuff like human trafficking or something like that. I'll sell you as the bullshit like $20 chargeback that it is, because $20, $1 chargeback, $15 chargebacks aren't federal crimes. No federal unit on the planet is going to look into that. Let's be clear.
Because you can't just lie in a claim on PayPal. That's actual fraud. It says right on it, you're committing a crime if you're lying. So this guy might actually go to jail because he's an idiot. So now we got this guy who just hit me with like $1, $2 chargebacks for like 10 of them over the last like week or whatever. And he really thinks he's going to get away with it. Well, guess what? I'm going to fight it. I'm going to provide all the information of all these things that you said on the stream that I actually shouted out, every single one. I'm going to give him all your info. I'm going to give him links to my streams, and I'm going to say you're full of shit. And you're probably going to get investigated too, and you might go to jail.
But I will totally sell it as, look, this guy probably talked to you about this, about this, about this. Is there any chance in hell that you said something to the effect of, we really wouldn't look deep into that since it's not a felony. We would probably reserve that because it's, cross-jurisdictional to the feds. I will play it up to your benefit as much as humanly possible. And her incentive, the question of, what is the incentive for the officer to be honest? It tells me you do not understand the integrity, honesty issue, or Brady issue. If you want to look that up, please feel free. The Brady-Garrity issue of honesty in law enforcement. Her incentive is to not lose her entire fucking career / pension. That is her incentive.
So following along with that, let's say, for example, she actually did remember that she had said that, which I don't think she would because it was an aside. Remember, the conversation I had with her was actually about the email harassment I had received.
Brother, you'd be surprised.
This was just be an aside thing that we had talked about, right? What's to stop her from just saying, I don't remember? In which case, then this is a nothing.
Then he'll report, I don't remember.
Hold on. I will report. She says, I don't remember. Okay, I will not embellish. I will not lie about you, Phil.
Okay.
I am not going to lie about you. Everything I am looking for is factually fucking based. So and that's what I was trying to get at, okay? You've got option one, which is she corroborates your story. Which, great, then you're telling the truth, and I will stand by you. I will back you, Phil. Okay? That's option one. Option two.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Okay.
Yep.
Option two, she does not back you. Okay, she says, I never said that. I will also report that. Now, there's two she doesn't back you options. Option one is she's telling the truth and she didn't back you. And that would mean that you lied. Option two is that she doesn't back you and she's lying, right? That's option two. That's where the term that when we were talking about just a minute ago, I brought up circumstantial evidence, which you bring up a lot, right? Mm-hmm. Here's the issue that you have. I'm not saying I have it with you. I don't have any personal grief against you. Do you know that DNA evidence, which is thought of to be the greatest of greatest evidence, it is the slam dunk. You were there. You touched the gun. You drank from the cup. By legal definition, is circumstantial evidence.
No, I didn't know that. I'm not a lawyer.
There you go. You can look it up yourself, my dog. Circumstantial evidence is hands down some of the most damning evidence on the planet. Now, the reason I bring this up is not because it changes the situation, Phil, but because rather you want to be seen in a better light, right? Personally, I'd love to see you be cast in a positive light. No problem there.
Wait a minute.
Hear me out.
I actually disagree with what you just said. Completely.
Okay, please specify.
Okay, can we like get bigger? We're like tiny on the screen. Why are we looking at side scrollers? I mean, I can't see anything.
Yeah, well, we were going to play the FOIA.
We don't need to play that.
It's okay. It's okay.
So here's the thing that no one seems to understand, and I've been trying to explain this to Steve. Maybe you'll understand it. It sounds like maybe you'll get it.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, I don't care about any of this.
Right. So,
all.
But
Phil, listen to me, please, guys, both of you. I want you to understand something.
Sure.
So many people on the internet have said so many negative things about me over the years. It doesn't matter what's true or not. It doesn't matter what I can prove or disprove. Though. It will never make me look better. Do you understand?
But Phil,
it doesn't matter. No,
it does.
Let me finish.
Okay, go ahead.
Because no matter what, every single time that I have disproven something or gone out of my way to try, everyone moves the goalpost and says it wasn't good enough, or here's the next thing, or whatever it may be. So
Phil,
I don't
hold on.
So I'm not done.
Let me back you.
Let me finish my piece.
All right, go ahead, and I'll back you on something recent. I'll tit for tat you.
I don't care about any of this. If I had known that it was going to be a show about me saying like I care about proving if the bank leaks are real or not or whatever, I would have said to Steve, just so you know, Steve, it's a waste of my time, and I respectfully decline because I don't care. No matter what, I will never be seen in a positive light. Don't you understand that?
So you're okay for a softball interview, but not for a hard hitting one.
No.
We asked you the questions that the whole internet wants you to answer. That's what I did tonight.
Which I've already been asked, which I've already responded to. My answers don't change. I don't care.
Hold on.
Happy with where I am. Let me finish what I'm saying. I'm happy with where I am. I'm successful where I am. I'm having a good time with life. I like the content I make. I'm okay with who I have become. Okay. I don't care about you say I beg too much. I don't care. I have fun. My viewers have fun. It's all good. I'm not harming anyone with the content that I put out there.
Agreed. Agreed.
Those times in the past, I will admit I've looked at myself in the past and I look at me saying stupid things and bad things like, man, I need money to pay my mortgage and shit like that. And I look at that now and I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed because it was a bad situation and I didn't have a way out of it. Okay. I've already admitted about all my shortcomings, that I'm irresponsible with money. I did all these bad things and I was dishonest about certain stuff. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that anymore.
Okay. But hear me out. Fine.
So I don't care.
Okay.
I don't need to prove any innocence of anything because I haven't committed any heinous actions whatsoever. This is all a nothing burger. You thought you had something because you thought you were going to get me to do like some elaborate polygraph or whatever. It's never going to happen because I'm not stupid.
The reason for the FOIA requests, the reason for looking up the bank leaks is to try to get you to recognize within yourself, dog, maybe I have a problem. Maybe I need to look within myself and go, I really got to stop spending money on frivolous shit. So that way, and you know this to be true, that there are certain donors of yours that have mental handicaps that are using transactional funds that come from government entities. That dog, that's for them. That is for them. And they're giving it to you because they think you need it, that you are desperate for it. There are 2 stories about people going into bankruptcy, being homeless for you, dog. Just tell me you're not spending $20,000 on Apple iTunes. Please, I am begging you, because every piece of research I have says that. Does any of this make sense, or am I coming off like a rambling lunatic?
They fucked me again, left and right.
There are things that you say, haha, I answered it, and therefore it has been answered. And you completely side-skirt the issue. So, for instance, let's say, for instance, you get chastised for dogging people on your community, for being toxic. And you're like, that is taken out of context. I saw the message King Be Cruel sent you. I saw the message King Be Cruel sent you. I've seen the documentation and messages that Arkham sent you. And yeah, Arkham was like, hey man, can I get a $5? Dude, I paid him $50 to set up my Discord server. King Be Cruel said, dude, man, you're saying stuff like it's cringe, you know, he's just like me for real. It's kind of fucking cringe. You went 10-8 on his ass, right? You just went absolutely insane.
Just because I'm Darkside Phil doesn't mean I get to ignore fucking facts that the characters in this game are going through what I go through on a daily fucking basis. Shut the fuck up.
Can you say that, hold on. Can you say that then, can your reaction then be, well, they were coming at me? Technically, that's an answer. Is it not? Of course it is. And so you, in your mind, think, I have successfully answered the detractors. In the detractors' minds, we don't care about you answering that you felt attacked. What we care about is that you disproportionately attacked King Be Cruel, attacked Navinia, attacked Arkham, attacked all these people. And so we, like you say, hyper-focus on it because you think it's answered. And to you, it is answered. But to us, we're not looking at it through the same lens you're looking at it. We're looking at it through a very different lens. And while you may disagree, I tend to think we are, by and large, looking at it through a lens of decency, honor, and integrity. Now, you may disagree. That is your prerogative. But man, you throw a lot of hate towards detractors, and I get why you might.
And
but you
from
throw
the
a
outside
lot
looking
of
in,
hate.
they have receipts, and you only have excuses. In my experience,
There you go. There you go. That's kind of the overarching business of it.
They have overwhelming evidence, and you have excuses so far.
Okay, but the question was, if I disprove something, is it not a true statement that the detractors just move on to something else, and that becomes the next focus? Is that not a true statement?
That may be true. Yeah, I may give you that. Sure.
Right? So do you guys?
But you're always doing shit that they find objectionable. So they're going to move on to the next time you did something like beg for money for because you might have to eat a lunch meat sandwich, and then they make a video about
point. That's actually an excellent point.
Maybe if you stop doing stupid shit that most people find objectionable, a lot of that content would stop.
Oh, now you've hit it on the head. Steve. Did you hear what you just said? If you would stop doing things that most people find objectionable, okay? Most people don't give two fucks about Darkside Phil. They don't know who I am. They don't give a shit. They just go on with their lives. If they don't like something, they ignore it. They don't hyper-focus on it. They don't fixate on it. They don't obsess on it. They don't form communities on it. They don't have YouTube channels based on it. They don't monetize stolen content on it. They don't motivate their viewers to act against the person. None of that happens. The normal person doesn't like someone, and they say, I'm going to avoid that person, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to focus on the rest of my life.
Phil, right. Steve, no disrespect to either of you. I do have to bounce, though.
All right, yeah.
Much respect.
Thank you for your help.
Phil,
and this Coyote said he banned me for asking him to bring back DSP Tries It. You banned that
Phil,
person for asking him to bring back something he liked.
You didn't run from me talking to you. You get a notch up.
How about you?
I don't. You've banned both my accounts that tried to talk in YouTube. You didn't run from me this time. I'll give you a notch up. It's not a big notch. I'll give you a notch up, man. But Steve, thank you for having me on. I do have to bounce out. Thank you so much.
I appreciate your help. Thank you. You want to do that,
dude? Do you see what time it is? I gotta get out.
You did 5 hours with those other guys. I just thought you'd want to, you know.
Well, Steve, it's been wild. I see now what your angle was. Sadly, it wasn't.
Your burger rewards take up a lot of your streams, and he still asks for money during the reward stream.
Sadly, it wasn't.
Do you ask for money during the reward streams? Oh, one more question. Do you cut out the begging when you cut out the begging, dude? You cut out the begging on your streams.
So I'm gonna
and re-upload them
to everyone who watched tonight.
begging. If you're not doing anything wrong, you wouldn't need to cut out the begging, bro.
Doesn't even know what he's talking about. So anyway,
You
to
cut
everyone
out the
watching
begging,
tonight,
you take the stream down and you cut out a lot of the begging.
I
and
hope
then
you
put
enjoy.
it back.
I really do hope you enjoy.
Come on, wow,
Steve,
what a grift.
I'm not biting any of your hooks. It's all a waste of time. It was a good try. It was a good try, but you
Tell viewers if they don't donate,
so
that
past
cat
it.
has to cook.
All right. So
you did do that. I heard that one.
Are we done now? Are we good?
I guess if you don't want to, go
dude,
through
I'm
the
already over
Keemstar
it.
stuff.
I
You don't
gotta
want to
get
go
outta
through the
here.
Keemstar stuff.
We agreed to 90 minutes, and I gave you more than double that. So I think that at least deserves some respect.
All right, yeah, well, yeah, everybody thought you would rage quit 10 minutes in, so yeah, I guess I give you some respect.
All right. All right. Well, that's it. I don't know. It's your show, but I got to get out of here.
All right. Well, you have a good night, and I wish you best of luck, and I do hope you find that road to redemption.
All right. And the thing is, here's the thing. My final statement, I don't need redemption. I'm good where I am. People are happy.
Okay.
People are happy. Not even if you're not, if you want to live in that world of drama and online stuff, more power to you.
You want to do next Thursday at 10 p.m.? We'll go through more evidence.
I'm done hating on
Come
people.
on, Phil. Do another show. We'll go through more evidence.
He won't even let me finish my
final
statement.
Go ahead.
He still talks over me. You can live in the world of internet drama as much as you want. You can enjoy it. Go for it. Normal people don't care. I don't care. We're all good. We're all good being over here on our side. You could be over there on their side. If ever we have collabs, maybe, who knows, right? But I don't care about this stuff. I mean, more power to you. On to your next. Or if you make more content about me, I'm not going to be involved in it. I really don't give a shit. Okay? Fair enough?
Okay. All right. Yeah. Well, best of luck to you. I do hope you find that road to redemption and, maybe work on that 10-year plan that you promised your parents and get a job.
The redemption I don't need, the plan that failed because of COVID, and then I explained that. But, again, you're coming out of context.
Bro.
You're coming out of context of everything else. There's
honor thy mother and father.
There's nothing else to argue about here tonight.
They gave you the money when you needed it, though, dude. They gave you the money when you needed their help. You didn't keep your promise. That's all I'm saying.
You have a good night.
All right. Thanks. All right, friends. And he could just shut down his tab whenever he's ready and bounce out. That's fine. He's gone. So, look, I did my best. I don't know what to think about this whole situation. I kind of thought he was going to rage quit 10 minutes in or, whatever.